everyone. Will be starting in just about 2 minutes. Thank you for your patience. Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. It's wonderful to see you all. Thank you so much for waiting. A little tardy today. I was doing quite a bit behind the scenes. But if you are new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and set any requests for your personal healing or well-being. We're going to get things started off by building a beautiful crystal grid with all of your requests in mind. If you are watching this as a pre-recorded video, go ahead and feel free to hang out and enjoy the crystal chat, or you can skip ahead to the healing by looking at about the 1 hour mark or where the lights begin to shift, and you can begin your journey there. For those of you returning, welcome back, and thank you for all of your ongoing support. If you'd like to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you'd like to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. So let's go ahead and say hi to everybody and start building this beautiful crystal grid. Let's say our hellos first. Grace, Goddess of Four, Patty, Jenny. We'll keep you and Key in mind, absolutely. Okay, love to you too. Oh, and it's a Hattie. Hattie wants to say hi to you all. Hello, Hattie. Hello. Yes, yes. It's a Hattie hello. Yeah. Jennifer Vatsa, Violet Integrations, Blue Sky, Chris, Stella, welcome back. Let's see. Holly White, welcome. JS, good to see you. That is Hattie just putting her love on the mic stand. Awesome. Oh, the bubble. Yes, you've been very clingy today. Good stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and start that grid. Okay, so we're starting out with our usual base here. I'm going to bring in just a small copper spiral. Copper helps to break up energy blockages and get the optimal flow of energy going. So we'll ground our grid with this. Spirals are sacred to healing, so we'll definitely put that right there. And awesome. So let's go ahead. I'm going to get everybody's requests, and just bear with me as I kind of go through. I'll mostly go top to bottom, but I will bounce around just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so Grace, absolutely, for your job interview. So you need some calm and you need to ace that interview. You got it. So we'll do some sunstone and we'll do some fluorite. Okay. Sunstone will also be good for Jenny's sister-in-law who just gave birth. But we'll start with the sunstone. Sunstone helps to expand how we see ourselves, and what we see is like our highest level to achieve. It also raises our sort of our profile, so it's one that can help with recognition, rising to the top of someone's mind when they think about you. It helps definitely with bringing career opportunities really specifically. But this is one that also helps you to kind of sell yourself a little bit. So this will be a wonderful fit for that. Also helpful for phobias, goal setting. So that is orange sunstone. Okay. Okay. Fluorite will definitely help with the calm. Let me just bring those in. Fluorite is a stone that you can use to help ground really chaotic energy. If you have a lot going on around you and a lot at stake and you feel like you need to kind of be the eye of the storm and find some calm and relaxation in the midst of all that chaos, fluorite is one of your best possible bets. Let's actually move these out just a bit. So all the best to you. Grace, I think you got this in the bag. So can't wait to hear some good news from you. And all the best tomorrow. And for Goddess of Four, lower back pain, fast money, prosperity, weight loss, water retention. Gotcha. So let's do lower back pain, Amazonite. This helps the spine and spinal nerves. It's also a very powerful stone of self-care. Even folks that tend to put everyone else first before themselves can be reminded to have a little bit more self-mindedness in a healthy way, to take care of themselves, to prioritize themselves. It's also helpful for luck. So can't hurt for Grace either. So bring that in. So that is Amazonite. We've also got some red tiger eye. This helps with bringing in money with a quickness. So that is red tiger eye. This is also highly protective. If it's regular, mundane, picking on, bullying, gaslighting, triangulation, that kind of stuff, or if it's the spiritual version of that, like psychic attack, malevolent spiritual work, red tiger eye is a wonderful ally to have. So go ahead and bring that in. Weight loss and water retention. Oh, sorry. Yeah, weight loss, water retention. So we'll do this, and we'll do blue apatite. So unakite is one of the stones that can really help with things like fluids in the body. It helps support the heart and the movement of fluids throughout the body, circulation. It's also helpful for metabolism, which can't hurt the weight loss intention. Wonderful for quitting smoking and really all addictions. And it's excellent when it comes to pregnancy, labor, delivery, menopause, onset of menses, anything like that. So this will also be complementary to what Jenny had requested. But yeah, this is a great one for circulation and things like water retention. So that's unakite. There we go. And next for weight loss, we have a couple of contenders for that one, but I'm going to bring in blue apatite, which we've really been loving lately. There we go. So blue apatite helps with weight loss, if that's your intention, also potentially weight gain, or just finding a healthier way to have a relationship with food, whatever that looks like for you as an individual. It's also helpful for learning about your soul's purpose and having the courage to walk that walk, as well as strengthening your auric field. So if you're somebody who takes on the energy of others, this is one to help you be less inclined to do that. It's also helpful for bringing in general, harmony and peace. So that is blue apatite. And all the best to you. Good to see you, Goddess of Four. Lots of love to Patty and Key. Babies are doing all right for Jenny, still in NICU, working on getting 100% off the feeding tubes. Healthy growth, vitality, healing for Mama sister-in-law. Yeah, let's do some good stuff for the babies. So healing, growth, healthy, vitality. Let's do... Awesome. The first one that came to mind when I read that was Bumblebee Jasper. This one helps with energy, vitality, and balancing yin and yang energies within the body, which is very helpful right after birth, especially if it's like a preemie kind of situation. It's also for the rest of us too. This is a excitement, kind of a vigor that it reignites for us. We want to get into our work, sink our teeth in, even to help with collaboration, working with other people. But this is positivity, motivation, and confidence. Also for mental focus, if anyone's struggling with that. So that is Bumblebee Jasper. This stone has a considerable amount of sulfur as well as arsenic, so do be careful with that one. So that will help. So all the best to you and your family, Jenny. And I did have a wonderful weekend. Thank you, Chris. Jen has 10 more days in Philly. Congratulations. Yeah, get some rest at the new space while you can. Awesome. Violet integration, acceptance, closure, and help with grief. You got it. Hey, Catherine, welcome in. Panache PR. Awesome. Good to see you. Awesome. Let's see. Oh, Paul, welcome in. Bev, welcome in. Kanta, welcome in. Okay. All right. Okay, so back again to violet integration. Acceptance, closure, and help with grief. Absolutely. So acceptance is Mukite. This is accepting change and making decisions. I find a lot of times when we're struggling to make a decision, it's because we need to accept something, or because the decision we have to make is one that we would rather not, but it's based on what the options absolutely are. This also goes by Australia Jasper, by the way. So this is good for accepting that change. It's excellent for helping with the decisions. It's also good for immune boosting and calming digestion. Sometimes recommended too for bladder pain. So that is Mookaite or Australia Jasper. For closure and help with grief. So here is Malachite. This is one that really helps us to process really difficult emotions, move them through our heart center, and really leave the pain in the past. It's not a pleasant thing to have to go through difficult times, but there's a healthiness to that grief, in that if we process it as best we can, it leaves us to move forward and feel a little bit more free. Malachite really helps with that. It also helps with depression, anxiety. Of course, nothing is a replacement. Nothing that I do is a replacement for any other types of therapies or anything like that, especially in regards to those things. Also helps arthritis, inflammation, as well as another one for phobias alongside orange sunstone. But yeah, we will bring this in. So processing those really painful emotions. Oh, I got a sleeping kitty in my lap. And for grief. There's a couple of good contenders. Let's do green onyx again. I think these are the same three that we used for you last time. Green onyx helps with grief and sadness. It's very supportive for the heart center as you move through those things. It's also another stone that's helpful for making decisions that are in alignment with your highest good. Very helpful for moving on, even in spite of all the pain that you're feeling. Helps with even on the most extreme end, like emotional shutdown levels of emotional pain. So we will bring in that green onyx. Green onyx can come in a lot of different shades, a lot of different varieties. Can often look like a pistachio kind of color all the way into this deeper color. So all the best to you, Violet Integration. Wish you the best. And let's get some of Chris's requests in here too. So let's definitely get in the carnelian, the moonstone, and the herkimer. Carnelian, moonstone, herkimer. Herkimer helps with manifestation and with being in the present moment. Very helpful for relaxation, balancing discordant energies, helps with metabolism, and also intuition and psychic abilities. Herkimer diamond is a quartz that is found in the Herkimer, New York region of the US. And it's very balancing when we're doing any kind of manifestation work. It helps us to connect, but it also helps to keep us kind of grounded while we're doing that work. So that's Herkimer. Carnelian helps with relationships. It's a stone very connected with the sacral chakra. That has to do with every way that we relate to the world around us, from family to friends to coworkers, colleagues, and neighbors, but especially romantic relationships. Also sexuality and fertility and sexual function, all of those kinds of things. But also very helpful for creativity. On the physical level, it's thought to help with allergies and colds, as well as wound healing. So we will bring this in. And that is carnelian. Moonstone is very connected with the moon and, as such, the lunar cycles. So that is, the lunar cycles control the tides, which controls because we're a water planet and we're mostly made of water, very strong connection to all of us. Moonstone is also helpful for accepting divine timing and for intuition, releasing patterns, and getting to know deep, deep wisdom, whether we're studying some kind of esoteric spirituality or just getting to know ourselves. Very protective of travelers and of women. Great for wise woman type work as well. Okay, and sapphire, garnet, sapphire helps with connection to our angels as well as our spirit guides, and whoop, dropped a sapphire on the kitty cat. Aw, you just sleep it off there, Hattie. Wonderful for channeling and mediumship and just being open to messages from higher wisdom. This is one that can help with things like the eyes, the ears, as well as bringing on justice, especially speedy justice. Also supportive of the thyroid, and it's thought to be very helpful for anyone who is dealing with dementia, whether it's the individual or those who care for them so much. So there we go with sapphire. Next is aventurine. Aventurine is a wonderful complement to the sunstone. This helps us to see a bigger version of ourselves. When we've been kind of selling ourselves short in our own mind, aventurine reminds us that we can maybe reach a little farther. Maybe we can do more than we think we can. Wonderful also for heart rhythms, allergies, eye problems, and fertility. And especially if you struggle with learning something, like if you, for example, feel like, wow, I'm not capable of learning X, Y, or Z. This is a stone that says, you sure about that? You can probably do more than you think. So it's very supportive and encouraging in that regard. So let's also put these around here. There we go. Awesome. Let's move these out a little bit more. Awesome. Okay. And garnet can be wonderful for organization and for finding the best way to get anything done. So if you're looking to reevaluate your processes, if you're starting something new and you want to be really efficient about it, garnet is your friend. This is one that also helps with finding balance and strength in times of change. It's a very practical stone, but it also brings in a good amount of creativity as well as courage. It is the January birthstone and has a decidedly Capricorn vibe for sure. So that is garnet. And I will get to the rest as we bounce around, but I want to grab one more right now. So that is emerald. This helps with healing the skin and tissue and for bringing about a reigniting of the passions in your life. If you just feel like things have kind of lost their zest, emerald. Also helpful for the upper respiratory tract, for bronchitis, for anything that has to do with breathing, as well as restoring confidence about our appearance, especially things that we've been picked on or teased about in the past. So that is emerald. And let's see, I will definitely come back to the rest of your requests too. Let's see. Blue sky, epidote for your mom. Should I stay or should I go vibes? Something to uplift and inspire. I love that. let's do epidote first. So this one helps with recovering from illness and injury, and it's also helpful for the brain and neurodegenerative stuff, particularly Parkinson's. On an emotional level, this can be a really helpful tool if you're working on improving how you speak to yourself, trying to reprogram the negative self-talk. Epidote is very helpful. Also great for connection with the fairy realm and the nervous system, as well as the skin. So that is epidote. There we go. Lepidolite is a stone that, well, it's actually lithium mica. That's what it is. This is a stone that can be very helpful when it comes to soothing, calming, and understanding the emotions, seeing the root causes of different things that are going on. If you're having trouble kind of putting your finger on it, also helps to bring your attention to patterns that need to be kind of replaced or renegotiated. Also very helpful for discernment of should I stay, should I go types of vibes. This particular specimen also has some aventurine in it, and aventurine we talked about earlier as being helpful for the spine and spinal nerves, as well as self-care. So that is lepidolite. And for something to inspire, the one that came to me was picture jasper. Picture jasper helps with envisioning potential, especially things about the future. It helps with seeing a big picture, coming up with new ideas, like thinking big, thinking bold, and keeping a really positive mind about it. It helps with new ventures as well as new adventures, and also rooting out hidden fears. But if you're traveling or planning travel, especially if it's abroad or a place where people speak another language, really superb. Also thought on the physical level to be helpful for the kidneys. That is picture jasper, which also goes by the name desert jasper. Awesome. All the stones for feminine essence too. Definitely. Feminine essence. Moonstone's very helpful. Let's bring in pink tourmaline. This helps with everything that might be GYN related, but also just wonderful for women in general. It's a very loving, high vibrational stone. Also great for migraines, nerve pain, and for definitely mom and baby bonding. So it'll be helpful for Jenny's sister-in-law as well. This is one that's thought to help with spinal injuries and breaking down any negative self-image as a way to help us renegotiate a way in which we see ourselves and relate to ourselves. Helps with hormones regardless of gender as well. But that's a very decidedly femme kind of stone. So yeah, there we go. So that is pink tourmaline. Good to see you, blue sky. Oh, thanks, Paul. I'm glad that helps, that I'm repeating the name of the stone. Thank you for that. Let's see. Holly White, healing from the past, an intention of peace, intuition, love, and happiness. I love that. Healing from my past. A good one is malachite for sure. But let's bring in Lemurian quartz. Oh, am I disturbing you, little kitty? I dared to wear black. I am currently covered in cat fur. Yeah. So Lemurian quartz, particularly this blue mist Lemurian quartz that I'm holding, which was a gift from Cora Carr and Vincent. This has a wonderful impact on healing the past, whether it's this life, like early childhood, or past lives, or both, because let's face it, they're often interconnected, this can really help. It helps to release the past pain associated there, and it helps with learning about yourself through that spiritual healing journey. It's wonderful too for just connection with the more spiritual side of healing. So even though you might be healing emotions or anything like that, this will make it a spiritual journey if it doesn't already feel like that, and help you to learn some spiritual truths along the way. So that is Blue Mist Lemurian Quartz. Let's let me see. I'm just going to dowse to see, should I point them in or out? Out. Okay. So I hope that that helps. Let's also do, let's see, peace, intuition, love, and happiness. Let's bring in some snowflake obsidian. This can help things like guilt, as well as it's another stone that can help to recognize the patterns we have that are holding us back, and so that we can kind of reorganize those. It's wonderful for calming overstimulation, and it's helpful for just body, mind, and spirit balance overall. It tends to invite in a deep amount of serenity and peace, and it reignites hope after any kind of significant loss. It's also wonderful for clairaudience, which is essentially spiritual hearing. So if you tend to hear your spiritual guidance and you want to bring that out more, this is a great stone. So let's just tidy up the grid here. We'll see which tarot card we get. Ah, the Queen of Pentacles. Wonderful. I think the rest looks kind of good for now. Let's bring this into, there we go. Awesome. And there we go. Awesome. And this is the tarot card that came up for the organization. So Queen of Pentacles. Awesome. And for love, there was one that Chris had requested. Let's bring in Ruby. This is great for love and fertility, as well as it's thought to be helpful for fibromyalgia. It's also great for the courage to be yourself, and it helps us with any kind of leadership or management skills. So we will bring in that beautiful ruby. I love ruby and emerald. Ruby and garnet in the same grid too. So there we go. And for intuition and love, it's on top of moonstone, and the moonstone is wonderful for intuition. It also does help attract romantic partners, as does carnelian. So all the best to you. Glad to see you here. Stella, today and the days leading up to today. It's your birthday, and the first one you're celebrating without your best friend. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm glad that you're here with us, though. Lots of love to you. You've been full of anxiety, sadness, grief, and emptiness. Okay, let's support that. So green onyx is the first one I would have grabbed for, and it's already here. Okay, so it sounds like some black onyx would be great too. So this is definitely one that helps with grief in a powerful way. A favorite of the Victorians for that very reason. But it also helps with, you had mentioned anxiety and things like that. This can really help with anxiety and fear and those kinds of things that grief can bring up. It helps with protection, like energetic protection, and also with self-esteem. It helps with ancestor connection if you're doing any of that kind of work. Very, very, I mentioned protective, but I really can't oversell that quality that this has. Also helps to break down self-doubt. And yeah, we'll bring that in. So that's black tourmaline. Or sorry, black onyx. My bad. Black onyx. And I'm also going to bring in jet. Jet is one of my favorite stones for grief and loss. It's actually fossilized wood that, unlike standard fossilized wood that came to a natural end and then slowly over time turned to stone, this was a very quick process, usually involving a volcano, sometimes very, very hot forest fires, but usually volcanic activity is the only way to get this. So it's gone through that quick, sudden death and rebirth kind of change. It really helps allows to deeply grieve without getting stuck in that place. It helps with protection against the evil eye. It's wonderful. It's often recommended for folks that do like paranormal work, or if you are in or around like a haunted type place. It's wonderful for hospice, anyone who works with either humans or animals that are close to passing away. But yeah, that's jet. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that in here. I'm also going to bring in, I knew I was going to bring this in for Patty, but I think it now is a good time. We'll bring it in for you too. Dragon's blood helps with grief and loss. It allows us to go deep into that healing, but without kind of getting stuck in the self-pity part of it. It helps with happiness, optimism, wisdom. It's great for the immune system as well as the nervous system. It's supposed to be supportive of the thyroid. It brings a lot of strength and courage to make changes within, and also helps with patience with yourself, especially with things like the grieving process. This can be really helpful. And learning from our mistakes. So we'll bring this in. That is dragon's blood or dragon stone. You can hear it referred to as each. And so we're going to bring that in right there. So all the best to you, Stella, on your birthday. So sorry. And I hope that this helps bring some ease and peace to you today. You're very much welcome, Stella. Oh, Holly, I'm glad that was also fitting. Okay. So many good requests. For JS, joyful hope for the future and forward momentum, and something for romance. Absolutely. Joyful hope for the future and forward momentum. Picture jasper, very helpful with that. I'm going to bring in some polychrome jasper for you too. So polychrome jasper is a really dynamic stone. It helps to give us a lot of motivation while also like encouraging us to like make the physical moves that we need to make to get things to happen. It helps with reigniting our soul's passions and purpose, and breaks down that kind of stuck and indifferent kind of feeling. Wonderful for confidence, and it's also helpful for physical movement. So it makes you want to get engaged in things, but it also makes you want to physically move. So it's great for the joints, for making you want to get moving, and helps with arms and legs, things like that, but also helpful for the Earth Star chakra. So the Earth Star chakra is beneath the navel, beneath the root chakra. And it is where we enact our soul's purpose and start stepping into our soul's purpose. Let's actually move these down. Yeah, there we go. So it's where we can like step into that soul's purpose and make it actionable. So there is polychrome jasper. I really hope that helps. And something for romance. We've got carnelian, which is the best stone for that. Moonstone, also an excellent stone for that. Let's bring in as well leopard skin jasper, also ruby. That's helpful. Leopard skin jasper is one that we often use for healing with animals, so any of your animal companions, as well as connection to your animal guides. But this also helps with attracting a soulmate or a significant relationship. It also helps with anything that impacts the skin, and it's also thought wonderful for coordination and balance. So that is leopard skin jasper. So I hope that this is helpful to you. It's wonderful to see you. Lots of love. And I hope that that helps. All the best to you, JS. Kanta, hello and goodbye for a few minutes. Need to pop in the shower. Totally understand. Hope everyone is doing well. We hope you're doing well. We'll see you in a bit. Jen, you're unpacking some crystals. I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. Awesome. It's your birthday too, Allison. Oh, wonderful. You'd like to put in a request for healing bloat and weight gain. Absolutely. So we have blue apatite in here, which is wonderful for our relationship with food, as well as weight loss, weight gain, whatever our intentions are. So, by the way, Jenny, that will help with the babies too. And for bloating, we have Unikite, which helps with circulation and moving fluids throughout the body. Let's also support that with some aquamarine. And this is also for Patty and Key. Aquamarine is wonderful for the body fluids and getting things moving. It helps with the teeth and gums, and it's superb for forgiveness. Also helpful for deflecting really like childish behavior, pettiness, Karen-like stuff, like people taking out their emotions on other people, that kind of thing. And also helps with bringing about the vibe of justice, like may justice prevail. So we'll bring this in. Let's put this here. So that is aquamarine. And another one that can help with weight loss besides blue apatite is one that was requested by Chris, and that's iolite. In addition to weight loss, this is helpful for fever, making the most of our resources like money, as well as sleeping better. Also helpful for clairvoyance, and that's our spiritual sight. So if you're doing anything like shamanic journeying, visionary meditation, iolite is very helpful for the third eye. So let's go ahead and bring this here and here. All the best to you, Allison. Happy birthday. I hope you're settling into your new place. Paul Clare, liver help and liver and organs for best possible health and to live the best possible life, please and thank you. You got it. The best possible stone for that is malachite, for sure. It's really favored for liver, pancreas, and spleen. All that stuff. So let's go ahead and actually put in a little bit more malachite. So pretty. So pretty. Let's actually go ahead and do there we go. All the best to you. And let's also do I think that's good. I can't think of any others. Yeah, that's, from what I know of, that's like the stone for liver. But let me know. I will do some research and see if there are others. But all the best to you, and I hope you're doing well. Actually, best possible health. Let's do tree agate. Tree agate is sacred in Ayurveda, which is the sister science to yoga. And we might be familiar with the chakras. The same energy system that has the chakras, which is like the bigger part of that system, all the way down to the smallest way that energy moves throughout the body are the nadi, N-A-D-I in English. They're almost like the capillaries, if you will, as far as like how energy moves in the body. They take the energy all the way to like even the smallest nooks and crannies. And this is thought to help balance the flow of energy throughout the body for optimal well-being, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So I will bring this in. It's very supportive of overall good health. And it's one that helps to bring balance regardless of the nature of the imbalance as well. So it's just a general all-over good physical healing stone. So all the best to you, Paul. Barbie, wishing everyone a blessed weekend. Thank you. Panache PR, fighting corruption. Yeah, I've had good situations in rehab type things, and I've had real bad ones too. For, in my case, physical rehab. But yeah, let's do red jasper. This helps with fighting injustice, fighting bullying, and empowerment. It brings a lot of protection as well, and it also helps with grounding, the root chakra, basic needs, primal urges, helping you feel very grounded and taken care of in your own right so that you can, in a way, stand taller and do what you need to do. This also helps things like emotional support for things like a long illness or convalescence, so very applicable here. And also helps with any depression that might come up from like a long illness or injury too. Yeah, we'll bring this in. I think this is the perfect stone for what you've got going on, and all the best for you. Yeah, I've had some not great scenarios in my past too, in such places. Unfortunately, it's like there are just some places where the rotten apples find a place of comfort and tend to just sort of get worse, where the rotten apples fester. It happens. You know, they get forced out of other places, and unfortunately they end up where they end up, and it's really hard to break that down. So I hope that that's helpful to you, and I hope that you get all the support that you need. So let's see, Catherine, request something for money manifestation, creativity, lungs, and headache. Your daughter's strep is better, but she has some type of cold on top of it. And now you have a cold. Aww. Oh, that stinks. So let's go ahead with cold, definitely helped by carnelian. Lungs, upper respiratory and stuff, definitely emerald. Let's bring in some blue lace agate and some moss agate. And I think these are the ones we used last time for you and for your daughter. So blue lace agate helps with everything with the throat, from a throat ache to feeling like we can express really difficult emotional things. Also really helpful for tension headaches, as well as arthritis and fractures. So let's go ahead and bring in a couple of these. There we go. So that's blue lace agate. And moss agate is really highly regarded in Chinese medicine, and it has a lot in common with tree agate. This one is thought to help with anything that is spreading quickly throughout the body, so infections and illnesses particularly. It helps with connection to nature and really kind of restoring the spirit to a natural harmony and balance. Wonderful for inner child and higher self work. It's deeply spiritual. It helps you to feel connected to spirit, like you're not alone, and connected to unconditional love. So yeah, this can be a wonderful physical healing stone. So let's go ahead and bring in some moss agate. There we go. So that's moss agate. So all the best to you and your daughter. I hope that that helps. And and your Aunt Jane has a work exam tomorrow, Jenny. Luck, confidence, no stress. You got it. And did I see heart sneak in here? Yes, I do. Oh, good to see you, Patty. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I forgot to change into my other glasses. Thank you. These are the glasses I use when I'm like doing deep cleaning because they fit tighter, but they're a little too tight. Oh, azurite's good for the liver. Good. I was going to bring azurite in as well for heart. So awesome. So I will bring that in for, let me bring that in now. I will bring that in just a moment. Awesome. Okay. Okay, I'll bring that in just a moment. Let me keep going here. Okay, so exam tomorrow. Hang on one moment. Okay. Luck, confidence, no stress. Tiger Eye is great for study and research. It also brings a lot of strength and confidence. It helps to bolster our courage as well. It helps to protect against envy and jealousy, and helps with big picture thinking, entrepreneurship, that kind of thing. Also very protective in general, not just those things. But this is great for study, research, and one of my favorites for things like test taking. So let's go ahead and bring that in. That's Tiger Eye. I'm also going to bring in labradorite. That's another good one for test taking and study. So let's put this in. That's Tiger Eye. Labradorite. Yep, research, study, detailed attention to things, and finding errors. But also clairvoyance, which is another way of seeing intuitively, our spiritual sight. It helps with enjoying travel, as well as workplace harmony, calming down disputes. It's especially good for people at work in customer service, and helpful for like finding errors in a lot of things. Detailed attention. Also helpful for better sleep. So let's go ahead and bring in labradorite. So I hope that helps. All the best to your Aunt Jane. I hope that her test goes well. And awesome. I think she'll do just great. Jennifer Vatsa, pain relief, safe travels. So we just covered that. Abundant love, clarity, and cash influx. So we're getting a lot of requests for financial abundance. And another one that was requested by Chris is citrine. Citrine helps with attracting financial abundance, cash, and also helps us make the most of our financial situation and all of our resources. Helps too with nausea as well as fibromyalgia. Wonderful for making those really good financial decisions if you're like on the fence about something, and great for addictions and compulsions. One of the main ways that I work with this stone is with balancing logic with intuition. That is something we don't think about a lot, using those two together. But when we do use them together and we balance one with the other, we really do get the best of both worlds. Sorry. So, safe travels we definitely have covered with moonstone for sure. Let's also bring in, for that and cash and flux, let's do some tourmalinated quartz. So tourmalinated quartz is black tourmaline inside of clear quartz. Let me just grab two that are about the same size. There we go. And black tourmaline helps to repel negative energy. When we put it through quartz, it kind of amplifies that. Essentially, the black tourmaline will break up any energy blockages. So this is another one that helps to break up old childhood stuff, which was a request from earlier with the Lemurian quartz that I brought out. It also helps with breaking up like scar tissue, whether it's in the body, on the body, or emotional scar tissue. Helps too with protection and travel, as well as new jobs, new financial, basically revenue streams. So whether it's passive income or a new job, a new gig, more influx of money, regardless of where it's coming from, this can be really helpful. Also good for just fortune and luck in general and breaking down really traumatic stuff. So let's go ahead and put this to match the polychrome jasper. There we go. So that's tourmalinated quartz. And we've got a lot of the love stones. Pain relief. Let's bring in pain relief malachite, but let's also bring in lapis. This can help with pain and inflammation, as well as self-discipline, honoring our commitments, integrity in general, helps with honest, open communication, and it's wonderful for opening up new avenues in one's career too. Also really helpful for disorganization, vertigo, and hearing loss. So let's go ahead and bring this in. That was meant to go there. Where shall we place you? Let's do... There we go. So that is lapis. And I think we're good there. Awesome. I hope that helps. Goddess of Four, angelite, selenite, smoky quartz. Angelite, selenite, smoky, rutilated quartz. Awesome. So, selenite is this beautiful white stone. This is one that I always keep just off of. Let me just make sure I don't lose my spot here. There we go. This is one that I always keep just off camera. This helps with reflecting nothing but pure white light, which is very protective and very cleansing. This is a stone that also helps us to connect with our spirit guides and hear them nice and clearly and see them nice and clearly. Let's see, we'll place you here. Rutilated quartz is rutils going through quartz, and that's thought to help focus energy and bring energy exactly where it's most needed. It also helps to, in a way, bring an influx of energy where we're really run down, like maybe we're just getting better from being sick, or we've just been through it and we just need some physical energy. This is very helpful. Also thought to be helpful in cases of cancer. This has been considered like a well-wished stone to give someone with cancer. The intention being, I hope that the treatments you're getting are focused exactly where your body needs it most, because rutils help to focus energy. So we'll bring that in. It also helps with focusing thoughts and balancing the mind. So let's bring this in here and here. Angelite, as the name would suggest, is helpful for our connection to our angels. So this does everything from hearing our guides and angels more clearly to feeling them around more. It helps with spiritual protection, feeling connected to Source, and is also thought to really help get the most out of your experience when you're doing any kind of sound healing. So let's go ahead and put this here and this here. So that is angelite. Smoky quartz is another stone that's very, very protective, and it also helps with transmuting energy. As far back as the Middle Ages, smoky quartz was used to help protect property from being stolen. And smoky quartz can be as light as these guys here, which are just off of clear, all the way to like really deep, dark, almost black kinds of colors. Also helps to calm worry and break up energy blockages. So let's go ahead and do some smoky quartz. And while we're at it, I thought I would treat you all to seeing this big crystal that you might not be able to see in the background. This was a gift from a student of mine. Such a beautiful smoky quartz. Yeah, this is a smoky quartz. One heck of a smoky quartz. And this is a rutilated smoky quartz. It's got rutils in it and it's smoky. Awesome. Yay. Love working with smoky quartz. Thank you for being here, Goddess of Four. Oh, shungite and black tourmaline. Shungite helps to repel negative energy. Go ahead and I have crushed this up and sewn it into curtains. It works so well. Carry this around with you or wear it as jewelry. It's a very affordable stone. Carry it with you, wear it as jewelry, go on Etsy, find someone with some really wonderful jewelry made of shungite. If you're someone who's sensitive or empathic, this can really help kind of keep that negative vibe at bay. So that is black tourmaline. Go. And shungite. This one helps with recovery from injury, surgery, things like that, but also helps to clear our energy field. It breaks up energy blockages. It helps us remove stress from our energy field, and it can really help to release a lot of emotional pain. It's also helpful for just general clearing, and if you're sensitive to things like electromagnetic fields, this is a stone to keep nearby for sure. So let's go ahead and put this right around here. There we go. So that's shungite. And thank you, Goddess of Four. Kanta, speedy and successful completion of a project that is very near and dear to your heart. The first one that comes to mind is bumblebee jasper. Let's see if there's another one. Let's do some mahogany obsidian. This is great for meeting goals. It's also wonderful for overcoming perfectionism. Like a done something is better than a perfect nothing. This stone will help you with that kind of a concept. It's great for releasing anger and any kind of need for approval, feeling more secure in yourself to say like, yep, this is it. It's done. It's good. Also helpful for carpal tunnel, vitality and strength in general, and teeth and gum pain. So that is mahogany obsidian. So let's go ahead and place these here and here. And thank you for being here. Awesome. Let's definitely get that azurite, if I can grab it. Where did it go? Bear with me a moment. Here it is. Sorry about that. Heart, this came up the other day, and I think it might be perfect for you too. So this is azurite, and I've just been told that it might be really helpful for Paul with the request for liver support. Azurite is found close to malachite and chrysocolla near copper. I'm fairly new to working with this one. And for those of you interested, this is The Complete Crystal Handbook by Cassandra Eason. And the wisdom she is gracing us with today is azurite. Useful for spine, rib cage, circulation, oxygenating blood, Alzheimer's, dementia, any kind of degenerative brain type things, and easing conditions related to aging and detoxifying the system for sure. Excellent for any kind of inferiority complex, like living to please others. It helps you to feel more secure in yourself for that. Good for any kind of bullying too. The pigment, the ancient Egyptians used this as pigment for making paint for the Eye of Horus, which they would put on their foreheads, which is very, very protective. Helps to open celestial gateways, mental alertness, independence, physical health, encourages study, concentration, and memory. Long-term prosperity. Connecting to sacred powers through religious music. And lessens tensions between different generations, especially in a family. Cool. So that is azurite. Thank you to Cassandra Eason for that wisdom. Let's put this here for now. We'll see if it stays there. Awesome. So thank you for that, Blue Sky. Yeah, it does make sense, Blue Sky, because it has malachite in it. Yeah, they're very closely related. Let's see. I want to make sure I don't skip anyone. Okay, so Patty, we got aquamarine, we got amazonite, red tiger eye, and labradorite, as well as lapis. So we need peacock ore and septarian. And for Chris, I want to make sure we get some pyrite in there too. Septarian helps with muscle pain and muscle spasms, and with physical, like skin wounds, especially deep wounds that won't heal any kind of lesion. It's also really helpful for any kind of emotional work. It helps us to get really vulnerable and really feel supported in that as we go through our emotional healing. Helps to reveal the underlying causes and root beliefs of things. This is also great for an understated solar plexus, and solar plexus is your center of self, personal identity, and free will. So great for shadow work. So we will go ahead and bring this in. Okay, there we go. Awesome. Pyrite is for bringing in financial abundance as well as protection. This is one that can bring in intuition while also protecting you from the things that you maybe don't want to connect with. Definitely brings in the financial abundance because it's fool's gold, which helps call in the real stuff. Great for the brain and memory, as well as the lungs and fever. So Goddess of Four, this may be helpful. Or actually, no, it was Catherine, I think, that your daughter needed help with that stuff. So we will bring this in, and that is, once again, pyrite. For peacock ore or chalcopyrite, this has a myriad of things that it's really helpful for. Deeply spiritual, especially like the cycles of rebirth, especially death and rebirth, but definitely rebirth. It's also really helpful for the mind and for things like executive function, thinking about order of operations, having more organized and logical forethought with different things, but a very deeply powerful and spiritual stone. So we will bring this in, and thank you, Chris, for this beautiful gift. And let's see, for now, I'm gonna just place this here so we can see it. Thank you for being here, Patty and Key. Lots of love to you both. Keep sending love to the people in Canada with the storm, Maui, everyone with disasters. Yeah, Libya, it just goes on. Libya, Greece, it just goes on and on. Let's go ahead and do Kambaba. Kambaba stone is actually fossilized algae. Fossilized blue-green algae, to be specific. And this helps us to connect with the environment, any kind of environmental factors in healing or healing the environment. Also helpful for ancestor connection, with learning languages, especially the tongue of our ancestors, and for helping the ancestral lands. So if you want to be connected to those. Helps with soothing plants and also plant yield. So if you have a garden or anything, this is a great stone to put in it. Helps also with meditation. Very helpful for meditation. So let's go ahead and place this. We might not be able to see it on both sides. Actually, no, let's do it here and here. Wonderful. Okay, and oh yeah, thanks for the reminder. If you all would not mind hitting that like button, I'd super appreciate it. I don't have peridot in there, but I will put it in there. Okay, you go ahead to sleep, Chris. When you watch this, enjoy it, and I hope you have a wonderful healing night's sleep. Just reading through. I love how you guys interact with each other. This is so wonderful. Okay, I love how you all interact with each other. And you're so supportive of one another. It's really just so beautiful to see all that. Oh, hey, Layla Ray. Good to see you. All right, I think we got just about everything. I think we're good. Oh my goodness, I think we got it all. I think we did. Let's do it. Okay, good stuff. So let's go ahead and do that thing where we slide into the healing. So I'm going to quickly explain what Reiki is, a little of how it works, how to make the most of this time. And while I do that, if you wouldn't mind helping me lift the energy of where you're at and the energy that we're all sharing. First, go ahead into the chat and hit that like button if you haven't already, and then share anything that you are grateful for, anything at all. If you don't want to write it out in the chat, or if you're already cozy and kind of put the, the remote down, that's okay. Go ahead, take a deep breath, and think of all those things that you're grateful for. That lifts the energy quicker than anything else. And after I explain what Reiki is and how it works, we're going to slide right into the healing. So thank you everyone for being here today. It's wonderful to see you all. I hope you had a beautiful weekend and have a beautiful week ahead. Again, as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. If you want to learn more about my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one healing over a distance or in person in Philly, a tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com, which is linked in the description along with all of my social media. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki has become more or less a catch-all term for energy healing, but specifically I work with Usui Reiki, and this particular method was founded by Mikao Usui, in 1920s Japan, at a very difficult time in Japan's history. And given everything that was going on at that time, this is a very deeply spiritual practice, yet it is completely secular. And I feel like that's a big part of why we love it so much in the West. So the very concept of what energy is at the foundation of Usui's practice, for that we can best look to Shintoism, which is the indigenous faith, indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everyone and everything has a soul. And all of those souls are interconnected and inextricably linked. And that spirit, however you would define it in this case, is supporting our life force energy by basically flowing it to us and through us all the time. It's thought that our body, mind, and spirit are working with this energy all the time to bring the greatest amount of healing, balance, and well-being to us moment to moment, even when we're not aware that it even exists. Today, what I'll essentially be doing is connecting to this energy and using Usui's techniques, directing more of this energy to all of you to support your body, mind, and spirit to do what they're already doing even better. So during the session, you may feel some physical sensations, some emotions may rise up or get released. Mentally, you may have an opportunity to hear your subconscious or just mentally parse some things out that have been really challenging lately. Spiritually, you may get an opportunity to feel connected to spirit, get some big clarity or revelations about things, or even some deep intuitions. And you may also have a really beautiful deep nap, and wouldn't that be amazing? There's no wrong way to enjoy this session, and chances are your session is gonna be like some kind of perfect amalgam of everything that I just described that would be wonderful to you in this moment. During the session, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent by any means. But I do suggest that you just go ahead and get yourself comfy. You can sit up, lay down, close your eyes, snore away if you want to. If you feel like you need to move around, go ahead and stretch, maybe do some yoga, journal, throw some cards down for yourself. Whatever feels right in this time is perfect. And if you need that glass of water or blanket, absolutely get up and grab it. If you feel like you need to get a little deeper into the session or you get distracted, just take a deep breath in and out and you'll come right back into the session. I will send this healing to you whenever and wherever you happen to be for 25 minutes, during which time I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that they move slowly and gently from one color to the next. At no point will they flash or strobe. And I'll turn up the music. If you enjoy the soundtrack, go ahead and check out the bottom of the description to learn more about the musical creator. And as far as what about if you're watching this as a pre-recorded thing? How does the Reiki get to me then? Well, Reiki is not limited to the dimensional reality and limits that we as humans have, or we can only be in one place at one time. Reiki energy can be everywhere all the time, and it's always interconnected regardless of when we are or where we are. So if you're watching this in the future, this healing is there for you too. If you're here watching this live, know that if ever you feel like you really need a little Reiki and I'm not live, head on over to the past healing live streams playlist. Pick any past stream that resonates with you, and it'll be the perfect one. Just go ahead and enjoy. I'm here 5 times a week, same days, same times every week, so this can be a part of your personal self-care. Just schedule it in as it works for you. You can also subscribe with your notifications on, and hopefully YouTube will let you know when I'm going live. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. It means so much that I get the opportunity to share this all with you. So definitely consider hitting that like button and consider coming back again. It's so wonderful to have y'all here. So I'm going to go ahead, get ready to send that healing to you wherever you happen to be. And at the end of the 25 minutes, you'll hear my voice come in. I will welcome you back, and I'll be able to re-engage with chat. So I'll be able to answer any questions at that time, as well as hear any of your experiences. So thanks again for being here, and enjoy your session. So let's go ahead and take an even bigger look at that beautiful grid that we built together. Ooh, pretty. Oh, that came out really nice, everybody. Awesome, everyone. Thank you all for your gratitudes. I am so grateful for all of you. Thank you. And thank you. Thank you, everyone. Awesome. Everyone enjoy your session. Thank you so much for all the love in the chat. And I will see you all in about 25 minutes. invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Thank you so much for being here with me this evening. Thank you so much for the love and support you all show one another. And if you have any questions or anything to share, the chat is open. Hattie Cat is still sleeping. Thank you, Catherine. I hope you have a great week too. You're so welcome, Gail. And thank you, Heart. Aw, little Hattie Cat. So if you have any questions, go ahead and let me know. Barbie, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Oh, well said, Bev. And you're so welcome. Have a beautiful week. Oh, thank you, Holly. I'm so glad it was relaxing. And thank you. I hope to see you again soon, too. So glad you could join us. Hope to see you again. Aw, Hattie just put her head right in my hand, sucking up the Reiki. Good night, Jenny. And good night to your Aunt Jane and your sister-in-law, and I hope everyone's doing well. Have a good week. And tell your aunt I said good luck on her test. So, okay, everyone, I'm going to get ready to go ahead and end the stream here with an abundance of gratitude for all of you. Thank you. I hope you have a beautiful week ahead. Take care, and bye for now.